There we go. And they're getting it going.
For the benefit of those under 50 years old, that's a turntable.
For sure, Kevin, for sure. This is called vinyl. We have a few records here. Whose are these, Gary? Do you know?
What's that?
Whose are these?
Eric's.
That's what I thought, yeah.
We have them warped and unwarped.
Are those WIXY folks over there?
No, they're not.
We're on.
All right.
We're on.
Playing a song. Here we go.
Right?
Okay.
No, but we can do, yeah, we can do that one. That's
Okay.
fine.
Beautiful.
Why? Because the night. And I can't think of the number of times I used that clever line on the all-night show at the Big 1220 WGAR. Hello, this is Kevin O'Neill, back in Cleveland. This is fantastic. Thank you for welcoming me to WIXY1260 Online. Great to be back with my buddies Ray and Eric and Gary and the whole gang, and Barb and yes, Abby. The whole gang here is here at the IX Center. We've got Autorama going on, right? The coolest cars you'd ever want to see, great people, terrific food, all that kind of stuff. Come on out and say hello if you are in the Cleveland area. If you're not, then just sit back and relax. We got some great stuff to play for you, the 50s, 60s, 70s, always on WIXY1260Online.com. That's where you are on your, do they still call them computers? You can tell by my flip phone I'm still kind of living in the age of Because the Night by Patti Smith, which was 1978, by the way. Let's do the music, and let's not a real happy day because Chuck Berry passed away yesterday. We lost Chuck. He was how old? Was he about 92? He was 90 years old. We lost him yesterday. He was the very first concert that I ever emceed. I emceed Chuck Berry and the Coasters in 1973, and that was in South Bend, Indiana. You hear a lot about Chuck being sort of maybe standoffish or keeps to himself and, well, don't approach him. That's what I was told before the concert. He could not have been nicer. He was wonderful to me and just a great, great guy. Terrific entertainer. He will certainly be missed. So let's start off with little Chuck Berry. WIXY1260 Online. Come on, Chuck. Get in the car.
Riding along in my automobile. My
All right.
That sounds one of them more, yes.
That record's seen better days, boy.
We are up and running live from the IX Center in Cleveland, Ohio. And the ba 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 means we're doing at the hop. All the good stuff, all day long and night. WIXY1260 Online, where we are.
Well, you can rock and you can roll and do the stop and even stroll it out there.
Lucky enough to have seen her and her husband Steve Lawrence at the beautiful Fox Theater in Detroit several years ago. What a show they put on, Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet. Live on WIXY1260 Online. What an honor to be with you guys today. Gary the Wild Man Wenner is on the controls over here. Now, Gary is normally heard during the week. And what time are you normally on, Gary?
On Monday nights, 7 to 11.
Okay, 7 to 11 Monday night. Gary the Wild Man Wenner. We're just playing all the good stuff. This is terrific. If you are in the Cleveland area, the IX Center is the place to be. We're doing the 50s, 60s, 70s. Dan and Mary are listening in North Olmsted. How about a fee-fi-fo-fum for those two? 100 proof aged and sold. Do it. that song was on the radio. My buddy Robbie Bridges would recognize that one, I believe. This time of the year, we were playing that on the radio. I know I was. It's called White Lies, Blue Eyes. Name of the group is Bullet, and they just kind of came and went. One-hit wonders from 72. WIXY1260 Online is where you hear all the one-hit wonders, all the great stuff. We play the 50s, 60s, 70s. We do it round the clock, just like the days of WIXY1260. My name is Kevin O'Neill, guest DJ. Thank you at the IX Center here, the beautiful IX Center. That's where Autorama is going on through today. And I was your host on the all-night show, the all-night satellite, 1220 WGAR. Back from July of 1976 through October of 78. What a lineup we had on the radio back then. We had John Lanigan doing the morning show. You may recognize that name. Our friend Emperor Joe Mayer was the midday guy. Then we had J.R. Nelson, the late J.R., who was replaced by Paxton Mills, who passed away a couple of years ago. In the afternoon, Dave the Fig Newton, the real Bob James, and then myself, Kevin O'Neill, on the all-night show. Good stuff on 1220 WGAR. We played stuff like this all the time. 1967, the Monkees are on your radio. Turn it up.
Oh, I could hide.
WIXY1260 Online. That came out in 1970, actually late 69, early 70, and more of 69, I guess. Yeah, late 69. And who really cares? But I digress. 1970, the first year that I hit the airwaves. This is Kevin O'Neill, live from the IX Center. Guest DJing till about noon. And who comes in at noon? We got an all-star lineup all day long, don't we? So it only gets better from when I get off the air. So does that make sense? I guess so, huh? 1970, and then, of course, 1976 through 78. That's when I was happy to be with you every night, the all-night show, the all-night satellite on 1220 WGAR, which is now an FM station, one of those newfangled FMs. GAR is no longer on the AM dial. What do they have on 1220 now? WHK, yeah, and it's religious? Is that what it is? Okay, all right. Well, then that qualifies. If you missed Mass this morning, this will cover you, listening to WIXY1260 Online. We also have vinyl. We're playing vinyl. This is so cool. And we got a request. A young lady from Brimfield, which is near Streetsboro, Ohio, stopped by the IX Center here at Autorama and says, do you remember Running Bear? Yes, I do. I streaked quite a bit in the 70s. Also, oh, yeah, I can keep them coming all day long. I don't know if is it politically correct to go on the radio. I guess we'll soon find out. If our next call is from the ACLU, then we'll know. Let's play it. Johnny Preston on WIXY1260.
On the bank of the river stood Running Bear.
Turned to me once when the teacher was talking. She said, Kevin, do you like Running Bear? And I said, yeah, I really do. I completely fall for it. She said, Kevin O'Neill loves running around without his clothes on. So, yeah, that's happy memories from the third grade on WIXY1260 Online. But don't worry, we're not living in the past. We're going to do some stuff from the fourth grade. And even the fifth grade, who knows? Well, oh, God, you got to hear the Hollies, and you got to play it loud. 1966 on WIXY1260 Online. You wipe away the tears at the end of American Graffiti while the credits are rolling. That song playing all summer long. Beach Boys, WIXY1260 Online. I'm Kevin O'Neill, so happy to be with you from the IX Center in lovely Cleveland, Ohio. Years ago, in the 60s, the mid-60s, there was a local group called the Intoxicators. Now, one of the performers in that group was Woody Leffel. Now, if you're from Westlake, Ohio, you know this. Yeah, here we go, the Leffel brothers. And Woody Leffel's group, the Intoxicators, was being looked at very closely by Capitol Records. Well, they didn't get the contract. Instead, these guys did. Tom King, Chet Kelly, used to be called Tom King and the Starfires, changed their name to the Outsiders. Took this one all the way to number 1 in 1966. That is rock and roll. Gary just reminded me, we just lost him a couple weeks ago. What a Sonny Geraci from the Outsiders. Summer 72, I'm driving to a wedding in Oil City, Pennsylvania. On the radio, over and over, Brandy from Looking Glass, Black and White from Three Dog Night, and of course, Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. On WIXY 1260 Online.
My mama told me, she said, son.
Mark is heavy duty.
I see that. This stuff costs more than my car, believe me.
Little osmosis. This week in 1972, that was big. That was the pick of the pack, the cream of the crop, the best in the nest. Number 1 for fun. Osmonds on WIXY 1260 Online. I'm Kevin O'Neill, your guest DJ, hanging out at the IX Center in Cleveland. Autorama is going on. We're going strong till about 6. And boy, you know, the whole WIXY booth. Now, a lot of us are, shall I say, over 50, maybe? Yeah, by a little. And after a song like that, now we got to calm things down. Take a breath here, yeah. Oh, anybody with a cigarette? Oh, no, we don't do that anymore. Can't do cigarettes after 1971. WIXY 1260 Online. Yes, they are still touring. You can catch the Buckinghams with Denny Tufano, the lead singer. I had the pleasure a few years ago of talking to Carl Jimmerisi, one of the original members, for just a couple of hours, and just fascinating stuff, how these guys were playing together in high school, had a number 1 hit, kind of a drag, when they were still in high school. Just amazing stuff. So catch them if you can. They are great in concert, the Buckinghams, and you're hearing them here on WIXY 1260 Online. Now, where I work now is a building called the Fisher Building in Detroit. WJR Radio, WDBD, and Nash FM are in that building, and several blocks down the street was the building where this song was recorded. Good old Studio A, Motown Magic, Diana. Boots, which I guess later on David Bowie picked up and wore for a number of years also. Peppermint Rainbow, WIXY 1260 Online. Another must-see group. Yeah, they're still performing. They're great. Hermits on WIXY 1260 Online. Hermits, that's the best version, I think. Life is a Rock, WIXY 1260 Online. Sing along. Beep, beep, boop, boop.
You're still following me with that thing?
Damn right. Get used to it. Now I go for the talent.
All right, here we go.
Group of studio musicians called Reunion. They were good. 1974, Life is a Rock, but the radio rolled me. You got to check out that video. You can go online, YouTube, and check it out. It's just amazing. And for a lot of the WIXY listeners, just a word of caution: you probably cannot access that on your flip phone. All right, how well, look at that. That is just, I have to move into the 90s one of these days. So we'll have to take care of that. In the meantime, we've got, what do we got? Oh, yeah, a little glide in your stride, cut in your strut, dips in your hips, soul stuff from 1968. That's when WIXY 1260 was just plain old WIXY 1260, doing a WIXY 1260 triple play with Clarence. Cause I got to. 1968, that's Clarence Carter. When that song was out, I was going to Richard Nixon rallies. Well, not really to see Nixon, but one of the ladies in Up With People I had a crush on. Susan Janad, if you're listening, I'm not following you.
She's got something that moves my soul.
The late Rob Grill, Grassroots. 1971, Temptation Eyes, WIXY 1260 Online. My name is Kevin O'Neill. What a ball this has been, and hope to do it again soon. I was here in the 70s, of course, 76 through 78, the all-night show on WGAR when we had John Lanigan in the morning and Joe Mayer in the midday show, J.R. Nelson, then Paxton Mills, Fig Newton in the afternoon, the real Bob James in the evening, and myself from midnight to 6. What an all-star lineup. Just a great time on the radio, as is WIXY1260 Online. Support this station. Come to the event. Stop by the IX Center today. Listen to my man, Gary Wildman Wenner, tomorrow night from 7 to 11. My other buddy, Ray, you're on a lot too, so listen to the radio. Enjoy the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Again, I'm Kevin O'Neill, headed back to Motown, so how about some Motown? Marvin Gaye, Kim Weston, WIXY 1260 Online.